Buenos tardes, amigos, amigas from Jocotepec with a friend of mine. I've known him for a couple years. His name is Vic. He's from Vancouver, Canada, and he rode from North Chapala, from the Chapala haciendas, all the way down here to Jocotepec on a manual bike. You can see it right there. And he's an avid biker. He bikes every day. And he really enjoys riding. We're going to talk a little bit about that. He's muy fuerte, too. Very strong. He's in pretty good shape, I'll tell you. You're still in great shape. Here he is. This is Vic from Canada. Go ahead, Vic.
Hi there, my name is Vic. I am from Vancouver. I've been here about 7 years now, living around Chapala, hanging out in Guadalajara a lot. Trying not to ride my bike there because it's too dangerous. It's too insane. But out here, they've got bike paths. It's really beautiful to go along either east or west. So right now, we're on the western side of the lake. If you go to the eastern side of the lake, it's called Vizcala. It's an indigenous community. And if you go down to the water side, it's like has a small bay, almost Italian-like, made of marble, just so beautiful. And the food here is wonderful. And the people themselves are quite interesting as well.
Yes, it is. And he rides his bike. You rode your bike to Vizcala, and we were talking earlier, and he even rode his bike on all the way from Chapala haciendas to the south side of Lake Chapala. You want to tell us about that too?
Yeah, I did that, and I rode for about 5 hours, and I called my dad. I told him I had a flat, could he pick me up? So I took the air out of my tires. So when he got there, he says, "Come on, I'll take you home." I was too embarrassed to tell my dad I was wiped out. But yeah, it's a long ride going down. On the south side, there's very little, so it's just straight moving on.
Yeah, and there are a lot of bike clubs, but you do yours solo. Do you go? I'm not sure. Every time I see you, you're solo. You don't ride with bike clubs.
No, I've seen bike clubs, but these guys are like pretty serious about it. They've got nice bikes, not like my 5 banana bike, which is what I paid for, but 5 bananas.
Great price.
They would laugh me off. So and they're younger guys too, usually in their 30s. I'm 65, so I'm sort of past that competitive age.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah, and they're racers too. They go fast.
They're racers.
They go up to Vizcala. When I go up there, take a ride up there,
It's very competitive.
and even on this side of the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's for young people. Younger people want to come down here. They're all Mexican residents, what I noticed, except there's one guy, he's an expat. I did a video with him about 2 years ago. He's an avid cyclist. He's a professional cyclist. But, so go on, tell us what you like about this area in these towns.
Well, this part of town I like because it's not a lot of expats. It's a real local, sort of, not indigenous, but not a lot of expats here. So it's a little bit more traditional than, let's say, Ajijic, which is in between Chapala and here, and Chapala, where there's a ton of foreigners. So the food is awesome here. It's all fresh. It's a little bit more difficult to get processed foods. You still get your cornflakes and your major brands, but you might want to pack some red rose tea coming down here.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I really is my red rose tea.
Okay,
But outside of that, you can find anything else here.
I'll try to find some in my journeys to let you know. I'll deliver it to you in Chapala because I know where to find you. Every morning, almost every morning, I met him at the Hour Coffee and Restaurant. Coffee Hour and Restaurant, and it's got great coffee. It's great coffee, great food, and it's very inexpensive. I know that. And it's a great place to eat. The food is delicious. You want to tell us about the restaurant there?
Yeah, it's got a fairly decent menu, but it's the people that hang out there that makes it interesting because there's a whole bunch of regular expats. They always hang out there in the morning. If you want to sit down, get involved in the conversation, it's so easy to do. Hey, you're from up north. Hey, you're from up north. So people are always getting to know each other there, and then they move on to other places. But it's a real friendly atmosphere. And the food is decent.
Yes, and if you want to go sit inside, it's air conditioned too.
Absolutely.
One of the very few air conditioned.
And the funny thing is, in Mexico, we have summer, then we have spring. So in May and June, it's blooming hot, and then July and August starts to cool off. We're in September now, and it gets into the high 70s, or what's like 25 degrees Celsius, which is really awesome. It's very much like Vancouver in May here.
Yeah.
Overcast, cloudy, humid, and when the clouds break, it's just quite wonderful.
Yeah. Now, I'll tell you, Vic, he likes eating traditional Mexican food. So, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, I usually do my own cooking, but I buy everything fresh. So I have access to fresh beef, chicken, and the fish here is awesome, and it's very well priced. I like halibut. I like cod. They sell shark, which I don't eat. I don't know why. I have a thing about eating sharks, but they have great seafood down here.
Great seafood
And
down here,
shrimps as well.
definitely. Love a lot of markets. There's some good market. I know there's one really good market in Chapala, and there's other markets throughout the lakeside area that have good fish, shrimp, and different types of fish, seafood.
And they cater to all sorts of clientele. So you can be on the poverty side, or you can be on the wealthy side.
He's not that poor. He's not that poor. He's not poor. He's not poor.
You can be
He's
on
not
the
poor.
wealthy side. And there's places for everybody here. So even if you're not super rich, just trying to buy on a pension and stuff like that, you have really good opportunities. You can rent a house down here for $600-700 a month, which is pretty. For a single guy, you can rent a one-bedroom apartment for $350 American.
Yeah, you got to look for those. So you got to look for those.
You're getting hard to find.
Yeah,
But out of season, they're easy to find.
Sure. And you own your own home. Vic owns his own home. And the haciendas there. Yeah, and he's doing work on that. So that's why you're staying in shape too, huh?
Yeah. I'm getting tired of doing that.
yeah. So living the good life
Yeah.
here in the lakeside area.
Hopefully for a few more years.
Yeah, we're not going to give away your age.
65.
Oh, God, he did. Okay. 65, retired, having fun. He's a lot of fun. We have at the coffee shop we mentioned. That's where I met him. We had a lot of fun sitting around. He's very witty.
You're half right about that.
I'm telling you, he's a good man to be with. And he's good to the Mexican residents. Very good. They really love him, too. They come by. Him and I both speak. Sometimes we speak a little Spanish with each other. And then when the Mexican residents come over to the coffee shop and restaurant, we speak Spanish with the Mexican residents, and we really enjoy their company too. So it's a lot of fun. So learning some Spanish definitely helps, doesn't it?
Well, it's the only way to communicate. It's like going to the United States and not knowing how to speak English. It's going to limit you. So obviously, make an effort, and people will appreciate that.
They certainly will. Okay, anything you'd like to say? Anything else, Vic?
It's the first time I'm a film star. I'm assuming not the last.
No. Okay. I'm just so grateful. You know what? More important than this video is that I ran into you, and I can sit down and have coffee with you again. But this time in Jocotepec. Okay.
Well, nice to see you. Nice to be seen by you.
Okay. Thanks again, Vic. Really appreciate it. Tap on that notification bell. You'll be notified of upcoming videos. Adios, amigos from Jocotepec.